Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dustin Feyder, author of the book Red Twilight. I am back for another reading from The Storyteller. When we left off the other day, we're on page 21. Chapter 3, Wolves Run and the Red Flower. Jessica places the scroll down alongside her and looks about. Now, if no one minds, I'd like to quick peek in on your mother. Jessica dismisses herself. Graham looks to the others after she leaves. What's a pilgrim? Or a monk? Or a Turk? Butter looks up at her. Isn't a Turk a bird? Sounds more like a place, Mint suggests. Clearly a pilgrim's a traveler, Pepper comments. Salt looks to him. Someone who travels for stones? Sounds kind of odd. Garlic looks to Salt. We will ask Jessica when she gets back. Corn has sat up and is scratching at her wounds, the color melting from her fur as she does. Jessica nearly stomps into the room and pushes her over. My goodness, child, you'll be the death of yourself like that. It hurts, Corn explains. And what will Onion say when I have to tell him his father was eaten by a cat and his mother by a bird? Fiercely, Jessica picks up a fistful of flowers and drops them into a cup of water, then dips in some fruit skins. If you won't sleep on your own, I'll just have to make you. This is just like back when I was a dumpling, isn't it? You were easy to deal with when you were small like a pine cone. How are the children? Relatively mild. Pepper has daggers for me, I feel. And Salt might be the reincarnation of her father. And yes, they found my study. Mint sniffed it out. Jessica hands over the potion. Drink this. Unless you're a dragon, you'll be asleep before you reach the bottom of the cup. Thank you. Corn takes the bowl and sips at it. So, as long as I'm acting like a yearling again, do you remember the story about flowers? Jessica lifts her head and rolls her eyes back, thinking. Wolves run. I had to write that one down ages ago. I nearly forgot it. My brother loved the story, as did I back when. Corn starts to look tranquil. Then I will tell it one more time. It's like the sun will never rise again. The sky is blackened by clouds of despair left behind by greedy men. I've run for days non-stop over this wasteland of ice. Not once have I seen the blue skies my mother would speak of. Not once have I seen green grass. For 20 seasons there has been only blackness and ice. Myself, like my sister and my brothers, run across the one world, looking desperately for heaven. What is heaven? I think it is a grassy knoll, filled to the apex with flowers of myriad colors that I have yet to see, where the moon glows bright and food runs on all fours. I am the object of women's affection, but this is only a fantasy. There is no heaven. If you believe that, then why do you hurry so? Because what else is there to live for? I can smell a sweet scent somewhere in the distance. It's no rabbit. I've smelt rabbits before. It's not a girl. Maybe it is. I've not seen another wolf since leaving my home. I come across a place that is strange, the ruins of a Huma land. There they are, the men that thought themselves greater than the gods, turned to stone by vanity. Earth gave men favor. Earth loved man more than her other children. She made them tall and strong, gave them the red flower. But they had forsaken her. They used the red flower to summon death, not to hunt, not protect their young, only to prove that they were great. Were they great? To glance upon the mammoths that heeded the call of men, I can only imagine the glory that men must have wielded. Men need not hide in caves. They thrust their eyes into the sky, and caves would form before them, 40 bodies wide and 100 tall. Men feared not the cold, for the red flower protected them. Beasts lined up before men and offered themselves as sacrifices to feed their hunger. Even wolves bent their knees to them. Wolves like me. No, not like me. The wolves that kneeled were small and meek. They struck deals with men. Men would not eat wolves, and wolves would bring men gifts. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea at the time. I find a dead turtle. Its skin looks like stone. Its feet are as wide as my body and 6 times larger. Its head is lost somewhere within its shell. What power did men have over the turtle? The turtle is far from men's only love. The empty husk of a bird lies near, holding an egg under both wings. I find that I cannot help but wonder about the world that men lived in. The power to bend the world that men has was without equal. The bird, the turtle, fowl, even with wolves on their side, they could have what could have convinced them to fight the way that they did? Though it is told, the way men fight is not like the way dogs fight. It is not fast and is not noble, but is indeed sophisticated. Huma have only one claw, and they never fight with their teeth. Their one claw is nimble, but why get your paws dirty when you can call on the red flower? What is the red flower anyway? It is a strange and magical thing that takes many shapes. In the early days, the red flower could not be tamed. It grew everywhere, out of control. It would choke out all life and grow so large as to kill trees, leaving only blackness after eating everything it could find. Men were creative. They found ways to shape the flower and command it to grow only where they would choose. First with bottles, wherefrom they would set it free, then sticks, and at last strange eggs. Place the red flower within an egg was amongst the last and greatest evils men could perform. Some think that the mighty egg hatched, and from it sprung a flower so large that the earth could only feed it for but a moment. But in that moment, the flower grew so large and so beautiful that it took light away from the sun, so greedily that the sky turned black, as did the ground for so far as any beast could see. Then came the healing ice. From the dying earth, 2 alpha men stood, dressed in the skins of their dead. They charged each other, letting howl in evil rage, and with their last breath called forth a flower one last time. With the last of the alpha men, man's last hunter died, and the red flower returns to its rightful place within the earth. I feel it is best to leave this dire place to rest. Nothing lives here today, and perhaps nothing ever should again. I must continue my search for heaven. Yet another week will pass, and I shall run tireless. For the first time, my paws find soft soil. I scrape my feet harshly to the ground. Beneath the ice and the snow, I find green earth, and a long-stemmed flower with long blue petals. I lay my snout against it and inhale the sweet air. I have never tasted before. Maybe there is a heaven after all. I will run. I will run day and night. I will find heaven. I will find greener fields. I will die on a bed of flowers. I can do nothing less. The sky in the distance burns yellow, a color I have only dreamt of till today. Heaven is in the north. I'm getting close. Pa Pinson Paw prints stain the thinning snow. I smell flowers just over the mountain, just out of reach. I dream a loving dream. I can see myself chasing beasts of all types. I can see the bed of flowers that is my reward for my unending hunt. I can almost see the women that will be my last adventure. I can't help but think, what is my sis? Oh. I can't help but think, what if my sister and I were the last wolves on Earth? Would the journey have been worth it? Yes, it would have. It is. And now I see why. On the other side of the mountains is the beginning and the end. The flowery fields on the other side is the sum of all life. We are here for one purpose: to start again. Okay, that was chapter 3. Chapter 4 begins on page 27. Thank you very much and have a good day.